right? My little bag right there. So, we stay.
You have
gotta stay ready.
You have to be.
Yeah.
Pray to God that we don't have to use it. But I'd rather have that motherfucker on me and not have to use it.
I feel you.
Because it's too much.
It's wild.
Motherfuckers think they're tough, and they think they're tough, and then they don't want to be tough and use these, so they'll shoot quick because they're scared as fuck.
See, everybody use these because I'm gonna let you know I'm 52.
Yeah.
So being here,
you look good.
A century and a half, or half a century and a half.
You drinking the baby's blood, huh?
I'm telling you.
He's tired.
No, I'm just kidding. No. Me and Ye over here, right? Or whoever else was drinking shark's blood or tiger's blood or something like that. I don't know, man. But you just gotta stay right, stay in the gym. I see you right too. You fit. I'm trying to beat you young guys out there. You know what I mean? Like, try to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you just gotta stay ready. I'm from Northern California, so I'm from the Bay.
From the Bay, okay.
Yeah, from the Bay. So I'm 60 miles north of San Francisco, which is like the wine country. Mm-hmm. But I grew up. My dad was military, so we grew up in San Francisco for a little bit, and then we moved eventually to the wine country. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
what branch was your dad in?
My dad he was Army. He's full bird colonel.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, salute to the sir, man. Yeah, I did my time in the military.
Did you really?
Too.
What branch?
I was in the Army.
Oh, you really?
Yeah, I was a deep sea diver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
Thank you for your service, bro.
Oh, of course.
I'm telling you, man, I look up, man, and salute everybody that's been in service, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It was good times. It was really good times. You learn a lot about yourself, and I was fortunate to go through a very unique situation that most people don't.
Okay.
And I was able to withstand what they threw at me. And you know what? Coming out the other side, though, they like fucking trip my brain or flip the switch in my brain where I feel like I will do whatever the fuck I want to do. Yeah. I just got to put my mind to it.
See, that's what's up with you guys, man. Marines, Army, man, Rangers. I mean, it doesn't matter. You guys are built different, for sure. The men and women that protect this fucking country are like, there's even the ones that are pushing papers and shit like that. You still signed your fucking name over to go defend this country. You owe Uncle Sam, bro.
And 99% of us dumb motherfuckers that sign up, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We don't know about the military. We have an uncle or a cousin that's old as shit, and they were in, and they're like, yeah, my day, we were doing this. And I'm like, God damn it, man, I'm probably going to have to do it. I'm probably going to have to join. But, when I was a kid, I was always obsessed with, like, military movies. And
what was your favorite? Let me know something.
I remember, man, I was watching Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That shit was hard. Any other movies like the old school 80s action movies, the build up when they're getting all their weapons, and
montage.
You just mad. That's the fucking like every young kid and grown man, all of us males, we're just like, yeah, I want to be like that.
But you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you, Levi, movies are just different. I mean, they really meant something. If you look at Rambo, and I know that people like First Blood. When I came out, that was saying something. Like there's a gives me goosebumps because storytelling's different. Like what he was going through as a vet, it was really exactly how vets were being treated. And it was.
Oh, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But
I mean, but saying like we're vibing. I mean, it was real shit. You know?
Yeah, and
Deer Hunter, bro. Stop playing.
He wrote it so well. The dialogue when he's sitting in the police in the building.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's just going off and talking about his experience, his traumatic experience,
right?
And confessing his PTSD and how it's affecting him,
right?
And everybody just thinks that he's some fucking evil killer that's coming in and destroying the town, but really he was just trying to fucking not be messed with,
just trying to survive and just trying to live. That's what I'm all about. That's what America should be about. I mean, I don't want to get too political, but America should be about let people live in peace. If you want to say whatever you want to say, whoever those people are, just don't impinge on my right for me to do that. And as long as I'm not impinging on your rights, and we are cool. You can have your own beliefs and stuff like that. But it's when other people try to, like you said before, roll up on you, impinge their will on you.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You can't enforce and you can't invade anybody's privacy.
Absolutely.
Let people do their thing like you're saying. Leave everybody the fuck alone and treat people how you want to be treated. Okay. And if you don't want to be fucked with, don't fuck with nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
It's that simple.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if you're on the type of time where you want to vibe and party and shit like that, there's going to be people like that too.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to force it. There's so many of us, man. Go fuck with people you like.
That's
and the ones you don't like, just keep it pushing.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, I'm very respectful to everybody, even all this free speech and stuff like that. People want to do whatever they want to do. Guess what? KKK, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, but just don't impinge on my right. You can say, boy, whatever, but hey, keep your ass over there because guess what? We're going to have a fucking problem.
Hey, even verbal. I don't want to hear
I know.
that
I don't
shit
listen to
too.
you, but like
At
but I
52 though, you've been around and saw some shit and the changes in America. So I can never imagine what you have experienced.
It's been crazy, man. I can say that. Like, being black in this, and I always say African Americans. I know that I'm so far removed from Africa, but they are my ancestors. But I just feel like, I've seen some stuff. When I went to Davis, man, it was still highly, it was more Asians than there were, but there were more whites than there were blacks. So when we got in there, I was an engineer in, 89 when I graduated from high school. In 89, I went to school at Davis, and it was still people like Confederate flags, stuff like that, which I don't mind, because guess what? I wanted a Confederate flag too. I used to watch the Dukes of Hazzard, man. My dad's all, you don't want that, son. I'm like, Dad, you don't know what I want. Let's see the Daisy Dukes. Hey, give me a country girl, bro. Stop playing right now. I'll take a country girl. I mean, the Confederate flag, something, but man, I didn't know anything, because you don't know racism, man.
Yeah, you don't.
My dad's all, you don't want that, and I don't mind it. If I see it, it's like, if you have Southern pride, good for you, man. I got nothing with you, but I got nothing against you either.
People misconstrued things,
Yeah.
and the ignorant ones think things mean different shit,
Absolutely.
and they interpret it the wrong way and just
Yeah.
make us look stupid. But
Right, man.
it is what it is, man. I had my homegirl Carly on the pod,
Okay.
an actress in the city doing some shit. Doing some shit.
Yeah.
And she's a dancer. She's a hip hop
Okay.
dancer. I was like, man, you fuck with country music, and she was like, nah, hell nah. But I said, look, hear me out.
Yeah.
I went to a country bar and they had live music and there was a woman playing. I said, stop. These motherfuckers got me in there doing my thing. Get the hips moving.
Bro.
Got me think I want to learn how to line dance.
That's dope.
Man, get one
man,
of them country women with the hat and some boots and shit.
Stop
and
playing.
with the Daisy Dukes like you're
I
talking.
gotta give me a hat too, bro, because they ain't playing out there. Like, listen, Chris Stapleton, man, people like that, man. I know. I mean, I was a music minor. I love jazz. I love all types of music. I can fuck with some real country, the old school country, the real stuff. That they were, I was in Nashville, man.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
I shot. Well, I didn't live in Nashville, but when we shot Starlight, I lived.
Oh, that's
pretty
where
mu-
you did it at.
Well, I did it in Mayfield, Kentucky.
How far is that?
About 2 hours outside of Nashville, Tennessee, or whatever. So, the best bourbon. I mean, I had a couple of my producers. They were just all about, they were bottles of Pappy Van Winkle and stuff like that, or whatever. But like, they were just super nice. We had some really cool producers and stuff like that. That bought a lot. They were rich. They had like a lot of money. But the bourbon and the whiskey, man, I got to tell you, man, it's something else. Because most of it's made in Kentucky. I didn't know that either. I knew nothing that much about bourbon or whiskey, and all we were doing is drinking.
Yeah.
So that was that.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking too much these days. We're going to talk about 75 hard a little bit.
Oh, bring that up. Touch on that. You said you were struggling.
Struggling meaning, I made sure I got a bunch of water to drink after this, and I made sure I didn't, because they always say 2 hours. When you're doing something, 2 hours before you do like a podcast or you're working in the industry or whatever, I shoot a lot of video work. I'm going to talk about that, a lot of video work, because do you know Gino and Mario Payne?
No.
You got to meet them. They got to be on your podcast. Gino's dope. Gino Payne is 360 Films. You can look them up. When I got here, I didn't really know anybody, right? I knew my one friend, Brandy, and she was having problems with her boyfriend, so we moved in together, and I got an apartment for about 6 to 8 months or whatever before I bought something. But Mario and Gino Payne are dope. Gino is like the guy. He's like a director. He's dope. He got a ton of movies out, and he's got a lot of clout and stuff like that. But I met him because I was trying to shoot something like, a little scene or something like that. So you could hire us. And then I said, well, I shoot too as well, because I've always been like a DP shooter. I've been shooting since I was like 9 when my dad bought a little VTR, like a VHS camera. I shot 16,
Nice.
8 millimeter.
So you knew as a kid that this was it.
Yeah. So
Nice.
in order, director's a rich man's game. Everyone shoots. Gino shoots everything from MMA to all the, MMA stuff out here to the big cams that he does for the Raiders games out here, anything you name it. So he
You're
bought
an
me.
MMA fan?
I love MMA. I mean, I'm not like, I don't know a ton of names, but I do love martial. I'm a black belt in American Kempo.
Oh, shit.
But I mean, y'all or whoever else out there, I'm not trying to, I'm just a 50-year-old man. I'm like, listen, I only use martial arts if I have to. And I'm not saying I'm a badass when the bullets run out. That's all I'm trying to say. I call that gung fu, So
Preach.
yeah. So I mean, so I'm not out trying to, anytime I see somebody's ears cauliflowered up, I'm like, man, I'm those
we ain't
guys
fucking
are
with
tough.
them guys.
I'm not messing with nobody, man. Everybody's hands need to stay to themselves. I used to tell my
I
ex-wife.
like to be pretty. I'm gonna be pretty. I'll roll and I'll box and shit like that. I fuck with MMA.
Yeah.
But no, I'll let those guys fight.
They're on another level.
I don't want to live that life.
No, I'm not about that life. I don't claim to be
hit
about
the
that
pads,
life.
you know?
Yeah, I doing my little katas and stuff, like my little
sparring
forms
and shit.
Yeah, man, I'm doing my little, my little katas. But other than that, man, I'm not. I just try to lift weights. That's all I'm trying to do and try to stay fit.
Yeah.
And but I love MMA. I love that. I couldn't imagine getting in a ring with some of these guys do, man. They're just so versed, and Joe Rogan, Mr. Pod, the Podfathers, as I call them. Joe's fucking tough as shit. I mean, I saw him lay some kicks. I'm like, man, that dude he's the business.
He'll snap a bag.
He'll snap a bag.
His spinning back kicks.
Bro, I saw that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I could only imagine. Can you imagine taking that in your stomach? I think I would die.
No, I would die.
I think all of my shit would break.
In the ground, like I said.
That's what referred to the gung fu, because I'm not fucking with that.
I'll be gassed out. Say I walked up your damn stairs, like, hey man, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm better than I was because I was not training in the 75 hard. So 75 hard, for those who don't know what 75 hard is, 75 hard is purely this. It is 2 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside. One can be outside again, and you don't have to actually do the gym per se, but I do. I like to do my walk for about 45 minutes or run 45 minutes, and then I do my workout, and that's daily for 75 days, and they have to read 10 pages in a book, a real book. We got to get back to the old shit. We got to get back to the analog. We have to get back to turning fucking pages. None of this BS of audio. I get it, you guys. Don't get mad at me if I'm saying this, but like, fuck what you heard. Analog's the business. Because if I you turn on a CD and I turn on a fucking record, you're gonna die and you're gonna feel those colors and that warmth. You can't get from digital, man. You just can't. So part of that, me being said, with the analog, you read and you have to follow kind of a diet, something that's strict. I like to follow something a little bit more strict. And what else? What else?
Water intake.
A gallon of water, man. And bro, that's the hardest thing for me.
It's hard for 75 days.
Because I'm peeing all the damn time.
Not fucked up at all. That's hard. What if you get sick?
Yeah, if you get sick,
what if you're busy and you don't have access to enough water?
You got to start over.
I know.
And you got to be honest with yourself too as well, because a lot of time I think for me this is making me feel a lot more accountable to myself. And when people say I've got about 12 mentors or mentees, because I mentee people in film, and that's one of the things I do here when I got here. And I don't necessarily think about that, but I taught 25 years ago too as well. I taught math, and I don't have a teaching credential, but because I taught at a private school, probably one of the most affluent schools in America. It's $35,000 from K to 8th grade.
God, damn.
So I taught 6th, 7th, 8th grade math.
You're talking about $35,000 a year, yeah?
Yes, and some people had. So I had Joe Montana's kids. Hi, Joe and Jennifer Montana. I had Scooter and Lizzie, or Elizabeth Montana. I had John Lasseter's kids, PJ, Ben, and Sam. We had more kids than that. But
where was this at?
Sonoma Country. Santa Rosa, which is the wine country. Like now, if you don't know anything about wine, everyone knows the name of Robert Mondavi. Everybody knows that name pretty much if you do know a little bit of wine. So he's like the kind of the father of Napa Valley. I mean, Oprah's out there. When they go out there, they're all visiting all those wineries and stuff like that. LeBron, all those guys. So even I think Steph was up there a little while ago too, and same with Clay. But yeah, so I'm a Bay guy, But yeah, I love wine. I was married to my ex-wife. I was married to one of the top 10 winemakers in the world, Richard Arrowood. I was married for like 19 years or maybe 17. So that was
How do you call it after that long?
I didn't want to.
If you don't mind me prying, but
if she sees this, I mean, not like we stay in touch that much, but I talk to her every once in a while. I still want to be friends, but I guess my therapist said that she still loves you. That's why she doesn't talk to you. But she talked to all her other ex-boyfriends. That wasn't a problem when we were married, and like
because you were the best. She can't get over it.
But I love the shit out of that woman, man. I mean, I'll be honest.
19 years, you have to.
Yeah, and it took me a while to get over the situation. Maybe more so, she got remarried very quickly. I mean, it's just it hurts.
Yeah,
but
my baby mama done had about 3 boyfriends since me.
I'm telling you,
like,
I had
damn,
0.
girl.
I just worked on myself for 3 years. And as you already know, I didn't want to bring any. I didn't want to be triggered by someone being on the phone and being like this or whatever. I just tried to.
I didn't know that was a trigger until I started dating again.
Right?
Man, I'm like, get the fuck off your phone. What are you doing? I'm here. Shit.
Well, that's beyond a trigger. That's just rude. If you're spending time with somebody, if it's not really, really your job, you shouldn't be on the phone. If we're having a conversation, and we're out to dinner and stuff like that, and we're just boys, check your phone because we get it. But if you're a female, I'm interested in you and stuff like that, or if we're married or girlfriend and boyfriend, I get it. The lackluster, the time always is kind of like, I think people think that they owe somebody something. And Carrie didn't owe me anything. I guess maybe it was our sole contract to be together. And that's not even hard for me because before I treated her like, in my mind, like Voldemort. She who shall go unnamed. I couldn't even say her name. Yeah. It would trigger me so much.
After it was over?
Yeah, when it was over. I mean, but now I can say her name and it'd be like, I love that woman, man. And and that would be be dishonest to myself saying I didn't. So being a man, I think for us, it's sometimes a little bit harder, but I think a lot of times also too, women, when they ask you when you are trying to date, they go, well, what happened? Because they think you cheated or something like that. I'm like, no, honestly, it just didn't work out. I'll just keep it at that for me. But it was.
People grow apart too.
They do, and I think that maybe we did. Like I said, I love the shit out of her and stuff like that. And would I still be together with her right now if she didn't end it? Yeah, absolutely. I think she knew that, but I think that she was probably done. And like I said, our contract, I believe, on the other side, that we sign up to learn something from that person. And I feel like she learned something from me, and I definitely learned something from her as well. So it's just interesting.
Yeah, but man, life and relationships are very interesting. Pain in the fucking ass, but it's absolutely beautiful at the same time. If people can find the right one and accept each other truly for their flaws.
Absolutely.
That's when you can really grow.
Yeah. That's it. That's what I told her. I think the last thing I said to her before, well, I won't say some things happened. She knows what happened, but I think the thing is, like you said before, acceptance that we're all human at a level. If you're not getting what you're not getting, then by all means, don't waste time and spend time. I used to say when I was in my own head, and not through therapy, that I wasted time with this relationship. But now I thank her for being who she is and how we had this amazing, like, tumultuous, kind of really weird relationship together. Because I could laugh with shit with her and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun until it wasn't, I guess. So I guess, like you said, things run their course naturally. And but going back to what you said, accepting people for who they are, and that's what I said to her. I said, "Can you just accept that I might not ever be great, meaning great, like not as a husband, I think, and I don't know if I was a great husband, but as far as my flaws is like talking about things that might happen that didn't come to fruition, and I think that's what a lot of what she was tired of, and she carried a lot of weight in our relationship, and I appreciate her for that too as well. Now being on my own, because 17 to 19 years is a long time, I think with anybody. Now me looking in hindsight, it's like, okay, I realize, and I apologize too as well. She did too as well. But
it takes a lot of time to reflect and accept. Yeah. And then you have to get over it. And then you might muster up the fucking courage to go say, you know what, I fucked up.
Yeah. What's yours? Yeah. My therapist, what is yours and what's hers? And I had to say, hey, man, I wasn't the best provider as far as being a husband and stuff like that. My head was not in the cloud per se. I worked my ass off, man. I've done more jobs than anybody. And I double dog dare anyone. I mean, I worked at Costco. I mean, I was like there at 40 years old, bro, like running around. If anyone has ever worked at Costco and you worked the paper water aisle, you know what I'm talking about, bro. At 40, because everybody's young. They're 20-something years old, flinging waters, man. 24 pounds and like, bow, bow.
That's how you stay fit, huh?
Bro. I was out of shape, though. I'm not going to lie. To them. But it was just, it was interesting, man. It was like, I just felt like I did what was necessary later a little bit, but I think there was just too much water on the bridge for her, and she was kind of tired of it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've talked to my cousin, and, we share conversations often, and he said to me that it seems like a lot of things are just seasonal. Yeah. And I really, like, let that simmer for a little bit, and I was like, yeah, man, it is. And you, by realizing that and accepting that should also tell us, hey, you need to appreciate the time while you got it, because it's gonna change.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
There's a lot of times when, and just recently too, I was going through mental struggles. Okay. And I was like being negative, and I'm not a negative person.
Doesn't seem like it.
I like to smile and be bubbly and dance and laugh and all that types of shit. And for a few months, I was just like angry and frustrated. Didn't know why. And it was ruining my day. It was ruining my relationships with people because I was just an asshole, overthinking.
Right.
And then recently, it was like last week, I was like, man, fuck this. I'm done with this. I'm getting back to being how I'm supposed to be. Yeah, we're going to go through our trials and tribulations in life and this fucking roller coaster of life. But like I always preach to myself and to my family, when you're on those lows, you need to be thankful for what you got because those lows ain't going to last forever. Go ahead, get through it. But also accept that those lows are going to come. And when you accept that and you're aware when they come, you're going to be more prepared.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man.
You're very zen. I mean, like, I that's a very zen way to look at it, which is, you know, in Buddhism, they say when a problem arises, it means you're that much closer. But they also say congratulations. To have the fact that you can say, be proud of the fact that a problem arises for you in your life, this is me more that more of the chance to be that much better, to jump into something head. Because you said before, you don't hide, you jump straight forward. Yeah. You're not going to do that. And it's very zen to accept. The acceptance is probably more than 90% of the battle.
Yeah. Accepting
that I'm not that I'm a procrastinator, you know, and that I've been reading the Atomic Habits and stuff like that. Accepting that I'm not exactly who I want to be. You know what I mean? I'm an acceptance of trying to be better, 1% better every single day. That's my new goal. It has been for a little while, and things have been happening for me. You know, I think that, and then now, always great. You have to wallow in that shit. You have to just, but you got to be.
So like, realize that you don't want to be there.
Hit it head on like you have been. You know, and that's difficult, and that is not for everybody.
You know what? I've realized that I take the hard road in life. I don't know. I'm just a hard-headed, stubborn motherfucker, and I've accepted that with myself. So I'm gonna just attack everything head on. That's it. Fuck it. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to give my best. I'm not gonna shy away. I'm not gonna divert. I'm not gonna allow others to take. I mean, yeah, I don't mind taking a step back when you know, time and place.
Absolutely.
But fuck that. It's time to go, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's time to go.
It's a lot of dope ass motherfucking shit that we can do in this life if we just go and put our fucking 10 toes down and stay consistent and be honest with ourselves. You can't talk that talk and say, hey man, I'm about to do big things, baby. Yeah. And then bullshit.
Action. That's what I'm hearing from you. You got to be in action. You got to be in action. And you said something really great and profound, which is a lot of people don't get, and if anyone has to get a chance to read the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, it is to be a part of this present moment. Anything else that's happening outside of right now, I don't give a fuck about. I'm being present to you and your energy, and that's what we call about, you know, namaste, which is my spirit recognizes that energy inside of you. I see you. Let's get it. You know, like that's that type of energy that every fucking human has to do. If you're not asking yourself the question and being in service to another human, you're not great. You're selfish as fuck. You know, when you ask me, you reached out, hey man, I don't want to do this, man, fuck yeah. It don't matter who or what level you think I'm on or whatever, man. We have to be in service to everybody else.
Yes, we are all trying to get it.
We're human.
It takes a fucking team. Right. It takes a willing to help one another.
Absolutely.
Because if you're sitting out here and you think that you could do it all by yourself, you ain't. Some people maybe. Lucky motherfuckers are so stubborn and just hardworking that they have no choice but to succeed. Yeah. But the other 98, 99% of us, we need some motherfucking help.
We do.
So yes, hell yeah, man. That's one thing about Talk Smack with Mac, and I tell all of the guys to get on the show, is that I created this platform for talent in the city to express themselves and show their talent.
Absolutely.
There's so much talent out here, but there's that stigma and that hate going around that we don't support each other. Yeah. There's too much ego in the city, especially ego that hasn't been fucking. You don't even deserve that ego yet.
That's because it.
Ego is like, if ego is not a bad thing all the time. Sometimes you got to use ego and use it and fucking get to where you need to get to.
Absolutely.
Depending on the person that you are. But if you are using that ego and you're being an asshole and putting people down, that's what people are talking about in the city.
That's right.
And no, we don't need that. We need fucking people working together and expressing themselves on Talk Smack with Mac.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, I mentioned this person's name. You know, Gino Payne. You know, with 360 Films, he's the director. You know, when I came to the city, I didn't know nobody. You know, and he gave me an olive branch. he reached out to me because I didn't, I was a kind of I didn't know what I was really going to do. 2020 hit, I'm here, and late. It was through 2021, I think, when I met him, and he could correct me if I'm wrong. But, he gave me an olive branch. Somebody was doing some cam op stuff for him for WSOP, the World Series of Poker, which is the biggest, one of the biggest things that happen here in Vegas.
I used to watch that shit all the time as a kid.
I'm telling you, and all the greats, from Phil Ivey. I've met everybody. I know everybody now, but it's because of Gino. Gino gave that. I was oldest guy on the crew. I was probably 50, like when it happened, when he started. And he had this big ass camera that I bought. It's the only camera I had. He's like, hey man, that camera's gonna be a lot. I said, okay, but that's all I get. I could do it. I could do it. And Gino he'd be laughing right now. He gave me that olive branch and said, hey, if you do a good job, we'll have you back and stuff like that. And Gino gave me the job and gave me the chance. And then I did a good job and stuff like that. I listened and stuff like that. And he's way younger than me, but he gave me a chance. He gave me an old guy a chance. And he's like, man, you're funny as shit, Lee. And then now I kind of like, he left, he's done doing something else and he works for WPT, which is dope, which is the World Poker Tour. I got to win. I shot that this year. And I did a really awesome interview with Neil Patrick Harris.
Shit, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty dope to do that. But yeah, Gino, I'm just giving flowers to Gino because Gino and Mario Payne, man, are dope, as shit. They gave me an olive branch, and that allowed me now to do a lot of video work. Because when you're a director, quote unquote, everybody's a director, but you got to eat somehow.
Yeah.
So I mentor as well, film students, and we do a lot of shooting around town, real estate agents, stuff like that, or whatever. Shout out to they gave me an olive branch, was Marlon Medina at Golden Medina Services. I work with Marlon. We created a business. Well, he has a business, his own business, and he should be on here because he's dope as shit. He's really young. He's like, I think he's just turned 27, but he's a dope marketing guy. Like one of the best that I know. We actually got rated, Golden Medina Services, his marketing agency with my video, stuff like that. We got rated through Gigstarter or something like that. Like when you look for gigs for we're like the number three, top three production companies or whatever, which is kind of cool. I don't know how we got that. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I do want to give you guys like a little bit of a, not really background, but like what I'm working on now. Anyone's from the Bay, if you know Mac Dre and the Romper Room Gang, I'm super close. I've been working 3 years on this, and we're super close to getting I wouldn't say a deal, but we're in talks with some major people. So I'm not sure if anyone knows about the Mac Dre story, but I'll give you the Mac Dre history a little bit. He's a rapper that's from the Bay. Mac Dre was gunned down. But before he was gunned down, he was part of something called the Romper Room Gang. So the Romper Room Gang is huge. It's one of the biggest things that happen in the Bay. These guys, like early, or I would say late 80s, early 90s, were, and I come from a town, and everyone thinks Pac is really from Oakland, but he's really from Marin City. And one of my brothers, Ray Love, Raymond Tyson is his name, but Ray Love, everyone calls him Ray Love, he's a rapper. He wrote Trap for Tupac. So I saw Pac all the time.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Not all the time, but like, with Digital Underground, stuff like that. So Katati Cabaret, people that know, my folks that know that, were Pac, Santa Rosa, Rona Park, So behind that, I go before that or around that time, they were robbing banks. They started with pizza parlors first. I think there's one round. I don't even know how you guys got a round table out here in Vegas. There's one round table pizza. I can't believe it because it's really, I think really from my area, So there's a round table here in Vegas. I don't know how, but it's good pizza.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were robbing round tables first, and Jay Diggs, Soul of a Gangster, which is a dope book. Shout out to Diggs. Everyone that knows Diggs. He was the one that was doing all this, robbing these banks and stuff like that. They robbed 47 banks.
Damn.
And they were never caught. They were caught in a technicality, and I think Mac Dre went to jail for 5 years or something like that, and then I think Dre went to jail because he was Dre went to jail for conspiracy, but he didn't even know he didn't know what was happening with all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was really Diggs, and Diggs will tell you if you read his book, Soul of Gangster. So we have that IP, and we've been shopping that for the longest time. And I've got some really, really big people, friends of mine that are now helping along with this. Mike Schwartz is like my boy. He calls me Lily. If someone calls me Lily and I'm with you, Levi, they family.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Mikey, I didn't call him Mikey.
Same with me.
Yeah, exactly.
My family calls me Lily too.
Oh, really? That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Mikey directed a movie called Peanut Butter Falcon with Shia LaBeouf, John Bernthal, who played the Punisher,
John
Dakota Johnson.
He's one of my faves.
Bro, he's dope. Bro, he's really about it.
He's gangster.
He is, and Shia is fucking genius.
Stop it. He's
a genius.
phenomenal too.
He is, man.
Both of those guys, and they've been worked together a few times.
Yeah.
What was the name of that tank movie that they're in?
Oh, that's right, dude. That's right. I forgot that they did that together.
That shit was good.
That movie was dope too. Yeah. I forget that movie, but that's a dope movie.
You talk about method acting. I heard that Shia didn't even take a shower that whole time.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, it's real. I mean, if
a little above the top. Imagine being in that small ass confined space and he's just smelling like shit, but it'll put you in the fucking mood.
But the real ones know. And John Bernthal, he's one of the real ones, so he had probably no problem with that. Mm-hmm. They even got in a fist fight. I don't know if you how much research you did that.
No,
or you know.
Yeah.
Okay. They got a real fight.
Yeah.
They got a real fight. And I mean, you don't want to mess with that Italian guy. He's too much. John Bernthal is him. Yeah. That motherfucker looks tough as shit.
He does, man.
I've never met him before, but Mike.
But look at all the roles he plays. It's like you have to bring some of you into these roles, and he plays that tough guy from Shane on The Walking Dead to Punisher and Daredevil and the Punisher.
Yeah.
And then everywhere in between, he's playing tough motherfucking guys.
He plays tough guys. I think he played Shia's brother that passed away in a boat accident, and these guys got him killed. So Shia is on the run from these other guys because he blew up this boat because they killed his brother, John Bernthal, and he meets this guy who has Down syndrome, who's escaped from this elder home that they released him, and he wants to become a wrestler. It's a great movie.
Oh, he wants to be a wrestler.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Tom Sawyer kind of film. And then the bayous of New Orleans or whatever, and the Florida and the Gators and stuff like. So they're just walking, kind of retreating themselves and trying to figure out what they're going to do. But they become best buddies.
Nice.
It's a great film. Mike did a phenomenal job. Tyler Nielsen directed with him too as well. And those are my boys. They're in LA. So I think Mikey sold the show to Apple, and so he's like, Lee, I got Mags on the phone. Margot Robbie. They're like Bessie. So his agent, same agent as hers or whatever. And so they're big. They're really big. So
I'm one of about 5 billion males on this planet.
Oh my gosh.
That want to just be with her. I just want to take her out.
He's with dinner with her, bro. Shit. I'm like, I could FaceTime him right now. He'd probably pick up. And like, dude, where's Mags at? You know what I mean? He wouldn't show, but he's that guy, So he's helping with this process with the
good for him.
With the Mac Dre thing. So the Mac Dre thing's gonna be, it's not really Mac Dre, it's really about the Jay Diggs life, because Mac Dre is interesting as a rapper because the money that they made, they gave him and pushed him as a rapper. I know you heard about Ghost riding the whip and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know who Mac Dre is.
But okay, but a lot of people think
I'm familiar.
But let's just say everyone thinks 40 did it.
I'm familiar with the Bay area too.
Good.
Like I have family from the Bay, but one of my best friends and his whole family is from the Bay.
So exactly. But I'm just saying, like, for people that think like Ghost riding the whip, that's a E40 thing.
Yeah, E40 started it.
No,
yeah,
that's Mac Dre. That's Dre. Dre didn't even fuck with E40. They didn't. They were in Vallejo, right? And then 40 was in like Oakland and stuff like that, or whatever, in Richmond. So no one, those people didn't mess with each other. Vallejo's completely different. So if you know those hoods and stuff like that, you really know. So
well, I'm not familiar with.
No, but I'm just saying. People that know. But listen, yeah. But like Dre was the one that started that fizzing and stuff like that, and doing a bookie face, and and it's like popping. That was all. Just, that's
doing
Dre.
The thizzle dance.
Yes.
And shit. Yeah.
Dance. Dun. Yeah. That's so. It's gonna be fun to do this thing, man. I think that for me, this extends out to the reason why I like this story so much with Dre, is that Dre. When I say Dre, I don't mean Mac Dre, but I mean like calling Diggs. Diggs is Jay Diggs is just Jamal Diggs is like, he's that guy. He's very likable, and he's just a. I think the story for me, if I don't get a chance to direct it, but I'm a producer on it. But if I do get a chance to direct, it's gonna be great. But I think that the story for me is that I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, whatever. If you're broke, you got to do shit. You got to sell drugs. I'm not against that because I don't know about that life, And Dre had to do what he had to do.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Dre didn't bring respect to his mama's name. At the end of the day, Mama Diggs, I talked to her on the phone. Mama Diggs would tell you the same exact thing. And that's his whole thing. I want to make sure that my mama's name, because he messed it up. He did stuff that was not ill-willed, and it was calculated, but it wasn't, And so Jamal would sit up here and tell you, and Jamal's one of the toughest guys I know. Jamal fight anybody, bro. He's him, even to this day. He's, and Jamal Diggs is a good dude. But we're just trying to tell that story and give that real gritty,
that Bay Area vibe.
It's never been done before. It's never been done before like this.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's like, hip hop, drugs, and robbing banks. sign us up.
Yeah, that has all the makers
On
to be some
Netflix or
exciting
HBO
shit.
Max, bro. I mean, it's going to be good. And we're going to do a good job. So we're in talks with some cool people. I don't want to mention who they are because I just want to let it be what it's going to be. But if when it happens, let me come back on, you know?
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's exciting, man. Well, you're a horror guy.
Yes.
Let's talk about some horror.
Man.
What's your favorite horror movie and why?
I'm looking over there.
I got the two.
I'm a Raimi fan, man.
He's that Ring?
Raimi.
Oh,
Sam
hell
Raimi,
yeah.
Evil Dead.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2. People that don't know that, Sam Raimi is, here's a little tidbit for people
I
that
have
don't know.
a picture signed from him over there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Man, good for you, man. That's
Yeah.
dope. Most people don't know this, but most really cool directors have done horror films before. Meet the Feebles. If you like Peter Jackson, you think Peter Jackson popped up from nowhere, he's got a really weird horror Muppet film called Meet the Feebles. And not a lot of people know about it.
I don't.
Right? Raimi, he did Spider-Man.
A whole bunch,
1, 2, and 3 or whatever. And then he did the new one. Yeah.
Yep.
And it was dope. It was very Sam Raimi style. But he did, he did horror films.
Yeah.
So you talk about my favorite top horror film, I think, for me, I haven't even thought about this. It's a good question. What maybe changed my life, I think, I don't know, man. I want to say something by Carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Exactly. He's one of my favorites, I got to give homage to the top guys who did it first, but I got to go back to, I think it might be, I don't know. I remember being in 1977. My parents, we went to drive-ins were a thing. And we're in my dad's Corvette, and I was small enough to sit back in a little thing they had to pay for me. I might have been about 2 or 3. I think I saw, what was it? They not re-released, but the one where the girl turns into a demon. It's not it turns into a demon, but she's got, has that. What is that movie called? I forget, man. They re-released, not re-released. They two girls, a black girl and a white girl, and they're young, and they have to do Exorcist.
Oh, okay.
The original.
I knew that's what you were talking about.
I find it.
The original Exorcist. That's one of the scariest movies ever made in history.
That
you could still watch it 50 years later, and it's still fucking scary.
It's trippy.
Not too many horror movies can stand the test of time, and there are a few that do. And The Exorcist is at one of the top of the fucking list.
It is.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is up there too. Phenomenal fucking movie. There's some remakes are good, some remakes are bad.
But Jeff's is good.
The one that you mentioned with Jessica Biel.
Yes.
One, let's throw out the fact that she's fucking drop dead sexy. With Justin Timberlake, that's my dog. Shout out Memphis. But god damn,
she's fine.
In that movie, she came from what, Seventh Heaven?
Exactly.
And then did that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Jeff will tell you she took a pay cut. Because why? Because here's the thing. So when you're going for so a lot of people don't know this, but
just make the transition.
Yes, because George Clooney did the same thing. Look at him now. So
he was on ER.
You make money. So you make money in television. You get famous on film. So there's not there.
What Denzel say? He said.
What did he say?
He said something along the lines of, "You could watch free shit on your TV at home, but you gonna pay money to come see me."
Yeah. Well, Denzel. There's a few the Denzels. He makes $80 million or $50 million. And so that doesn't hold true to him. But for someone like Jessica, she was like we had a couple people that were auditioning in LA for Starlight, and I was just seeing people like, oh, I love your work, because I saw someone what was her name? She was in Eli Roth's. They were on the lake somewhere. And she came in. She was fine as hell too.
With the light eyebrows, the younger chick.
She's got this dirty blonde hair or whatever, and she's because something was going inside him or whatever. I forget what the movie was called, but it was one of Eli Roth's coolest.
He does some shit too,
bro.
I don't know what was the name of that movie, man.
Clown.
Which one?
Clown. I don't know. Clown was dope.
The Clown was cool. I'm talking about the one. I'm pretty sure this is
going older.
When they're in the jungle and they meet the.
What was that?
That shit, and they were eating each other, and just fucking.
Oh, that's insane.
They were going.
I don't know if I saw
the
that.
Green Inferno, I think.
Oh, okay. Eli Roth is he's definitely a master of his craft. Shit. I think a lot of people think that they're them, but I'm not gonna talk smack about it because I'm not there. But there's a lot of copycats. A lot of people try to copy Hitchcock. You can't get away from Hitchcock. He's one of the greats before even Raimi. And I'm gonna tell you who's really Stanley Kubrick's one of my favorite directors.
Stanley Cooper. What has he done?
Red Rum. Mm-hmm. You know, with what's it called? Stanley Kubrick did the what's it called? They were locked in like a snow place or whatever, and they're seeing weird stuff. I forget what the movie's called, but Kubrick's done a lot of cool things. He's one of, I mean, he's just, Clockwork Orange is one of his, wait, was it Kubrick? I think it was Kubrick. Clockwork Orange. I'm tripping right now. I'm really tripping right now. It's because of the cameras on me right now. I'm not even in front of the cameras. It's pressure right now. Damn it. No, but Kubrick did. I forget what he did, but people know. I mean, I'll look it up later. But that he's one of those. He's one of those greats. Kubrick is one of those guys, and Hitchcock as well. I mean, Psycho and stuff like that. I mean, he's really is in your head. He just does this. I mean, great copy, I think, and he'll say too as well. He's mentioned it too as well, Kubrick, and also.
There's a few legends out there. John Carpenter, like you mentioned before. Wes Craven. Dude. Wes Craven is so gangster. Not only did he do Scream, but he has like Hills Have Eyes. Like he has some French.
Craven Scream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. He did Scream. He did Hills Have Eyes.
He did Petaluma and Santa Rosa.
Freddy Krueger.
Yes.
Come on, Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean,
listen, that scared me. People, they might not be afraid of it now, but let me tell you something right now. When that came out, and I don't know how old, I might have been 16 or 15 or something like that when it came out.
Oh, you saw
I saw it at the movie theater.
Movie when it dropped. Yeah.
I've got I had that luxury, like seeing that analog set, that film. Like a lot of people say, I like a lot of kids. We they actually re-released it. But they were talking about, I didn't get a chance to see it, but one of the kids did, I think, Back to the Future. Seeing that, Bob Zemeckis, seeing Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3.
I just watched Back to the Future 2 days ago.
Did you really?
My little cousin has never seen it before,
really?
And that's one of my favorite movies ever made. It's such a fucking phenomenal movie. A 38-year-old movie, and it's still great.
Yeah. And Bob Zemeckis, he's the one that taught a lot of filmmakers, guess what? You can do 2 movies. He did. He's the first one to ever do 2 movies, 2 and 3 shot back to back. Right.
Okay.
So he did. No one else did that. That's what Peter Jackson's like. Oh, I can make.
Nobody did that because of like budgeting, or it's like high risk. Or
no one thought to be that well thought out and planned.
Yeah.
To say, hey, we can shoot both movies at the same exact time.
And also invest that much money.
Right.
And say that this is gonna be successful.
Right.
Like how James Cameron's doing with Avatar. But I mean, stop it.
Did you see the new one? Bro, I went to Red Rock. My kids were laughing at me, man. Listen, I had water and shit being sprayed in my fucking eyes and stuff like that.
You did the 4D shit?
People don't know. They don't listen.
For 3.5 hours, just fucking do it.
Hey, bro, I had to get my, because when you get older, your little equilibrium gets off. And the movie had already, and I saw Too Fast, the last one, which was kind of dope.
Wait, Fast and Furious?
X, yeah, the 10.
It's all right.
I mean, but it had a little feeling, and then bullets came by my face.
Oh, you're talking about 4D. In the 4D.
Yes.
It was dope. Okay,
yeah, I mean, if you saw it, if you didn't see it 4D, but 4D, I don't see everything in 4D, but that Avatar and that movie, man,
awesome.
Listen, I'm gonna say this right now. Not every movie, but Avatar 2 or 3 or whatever it is an experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a movie. It's an experience, bro.
Yes.
And it was some of the greatest cinematic stuff I've seen before.
It was.
I didn't even know what I was looking at.
It was phenomenal. It took, like 13 years for it
to catch up?
15 years. It came out like 08, I believe, the first one. 08, 09. So
you're right.
15-ish years for the next one to come out. And fucking, I'm not complaining.
At all.
It was amazing.
Bro,
and then they're shooting 3 and 4 back to back. Well, they shot 2, 3, 4 back to back to back.
Bro.
Because way more than me, but the editing process on those movies would take years.
And well, here's another thing: technology had to catch up where Cameron's head was.
That's what he said. He said the next movie won't come out for a while because technology's not where it needs to be.
And I'll say this right now: James Cameron is him, because guess what?
That dude is different.
He built his own. Like when that craft happened, and bless those souls, man, and R.I.P. to those people that passed away. But he said,
built his own craft to go to the bottom of the ocean,
bro. Those people that died, he said this would have never made it. He knows the engineering behind everything because he built his own. He's like, I can't believe people got into this tin can like that. That shit just went like this.
People don't understand that pressure. You get them ATAs and atmospheric pressures going down and you're going deep as fuck, man. You guys have no motherfucking idea.
And they didn't even go as far as he did. He has the record. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's one of like 4 people
that ever died that. I don't know how far it was, but it was far.
He went down there by himself, right? Like a self-pod?
I think he did. Yes, he did. And he filmed.
Fucking crazy.
I haven't seen, they have a documentary where he shot stuff in like 8K or something crazy or 6K. Where
he did.
And they show these like things running around, and I'm like, what is that?
He's one of nobody to ever see that.
Right?
He's the only one. That's some James Cameron shit. You want to talk about amazing directors and just filmmakers, he has to be like top 3 because he's doing the best of the best across different genres.
Yeah.
Not only is he, I don't know who like wrote and produced and shit Avatar. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I think he
it was
might have
him,
wrote the script. I don't know who he did either, but
well, that's a completely original idea in a world where we're so diluted with remakes and reboots and sequels. He made an original idea and made it the highest grossing movie of all time, beating his other movie, Titanic, which was the highest grossing movie of all time.
It's insane.
But he is also, so he's done drama and love and fucking science fiction, but he also has the Terminator.
I know.
One of the greatest action fucking
Movies.
Trilogies. Well,
Yeah.
I guess there's like 5
Well, did he
of
do
them now,
one?
huh?
I think he did 2.
He did
and 3.
He did 1 and 2.
Did he do 1 and 2?
Yeah,
that's right, because he did Aliens as well.
He did Aliens too.
The Aliens with the ass. Yes, with Vasquez and all them.
Oh my
man, this is the Duck Hunt, man.
So he's done horror too. That's fucking crazy.
That's Cameron.
That's James Cameron for you, man.
I mean, I love Alien, but Aliens.
Wait, hold on. So which one was that?
He did part 2.
Part 2. Okay.
It was
okay.
They raised the roof, bro.
Yeah.
On that one. I mean, and who did the first one?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But I should know that.
Still a good one though.
It's great.
You know, and then when Alien versus Predator came out, I was fucking so excited because that was in the early days when they were actually combining shit. Freddy versus Jason, you know, Alien versus Predator.
I didn't mind Freddy versus Jason at all.
You know, the idea is A+.
Yeah.
That movie's trash.
I mean, it was kind of hokey.
I
And
feel
like
that. I feel like it was crunched. I feel like there should have been. I bet you the director's cut was way better. I feel like they should have elaborated on the story of why Freddy is using Jason. They just jumped to it.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Because when they did another they did another Michael Myers, or what is it? Jason Voorhees. They showed finally, I don't know who did it, but like when he was popping up everywhere, like, how come he can always catch everybody? Well, this other one, there was a newer one that was a re-release. They showed, because it's a burnt out bus. Guess what? This motherfucker's dug tunnels underneath the ground.
You talking the new one?
Yeah, that was
with Jared Padalecki.
Yes,
and Danielle Patterson or some shit,
yes.
like I forget her name, the Disney Channel chick. That was a good fucking Jason.
But they showed how he could get around places.
Yeah.
So that was dope.
He had
tunnels everywhere.
He was well versed in the area and had everything.
Yeah,
set
trees
up.
were hollowed out. Man, this motherfucker's digging some shit. He was gonna get you.
Yes,
you know. So
yeah, I would say that's arguably probably the best one.
Yeah, I think so too as well.
The cast was great.
Yeah.
People were getting fucked up. The kills were awesome. It wasn't stupid.
No,
a lot of the
not.
Jason movies are stupid.
They are.
I'm surprised they never got a sequel. I'm assuming because of the licensing issues that they're going through.
That's what I think. A lot of people go through licensing issues. I mean, we've got we can barely get Zack Snyder to really. I mean, my Superman is Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
My Batman, I'm Batfleck, bro. I'm all about.
I'm not against Batfleck.
Yeah,
you know, I'm
I know a lot of people like what's his the other Batman,
Christian Bale.
Yeah, but Christian Bale's a dope actor. Don't get me wrong. But the reason why, partially, and I might be, people are gonna definitely, hate me for saying this, but like, it's Christopher fucking Nolan.
Yeah,
he's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
If you've seen Tenet, if you haven't seen his movies, don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. This motherfucker is him. Trust me on this.
Yeah.
Bale is dope, but you can put me in a Batman suit and let me act. I went to theater school. I mean, like, hey, I'll be great under Nolan's tutelage. I mean, I'm gonna be great. I mean, like, he's him. And so Nolan, you talk about great directors. I mean, Nolan is just one of those. He's a top 5. And same with Snyder. Zack Snyder does not get his due. They really messed up. Don't even get me started on Marvel or DC. I'm done, man.
Zack Snyder, correct me if I'm wrong, but he did Dawn of the Dead, right? 2002.
Oh, that's right.
With James Wan, I believe.
Yeah, you're right, man.
That's like one hell of a duo.
It is. That's the one where they're on top of the top of the, like, they're at the mall.
At the mall,
like, that movie's dope, man.
With Mekhi Phifer and Bing Rhymes. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That's really good. And there you go. Another great director that did horror.
Horror, yeah. That's what I brought it up because you mentioned that. It was like, that's like the passage of being a great director is that you have to do a great horror movie.
Yeah. And his everyone's, Netflix is trying to do something with him. If he does this real Superman with Henry Cavill with the long hair, because Cavill's going to be fine. I don't know if I say his name probably right, but Henry Cavill or whatever. But he's gonna be fine. They're actually in production doing what is it called? It's Highlander. But
okay.
the guys from John Wick style.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. I
Bro,
know what you're talking about.
It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be fine. I mean, like,
Hey, how do you feel about John Wick? So Keanu, he absolutely crushed, especially at his age. What is he, about approaching 60?
no. Well, I think I would say he's fit. Maybe you're right, man. He's
About
50,
55,
Yeah,
57.
Yeah, you're right. He's definitely yeah.
And for him to be up there running around, was it the fourth one? It was like they talked for about 12 minutes, and after that, he just killed people for an hour and a half.
You saw, man. Listen,
That's fucking insane. One, the cardio that you have to have, but also to be able to film that and have everybody in sequence and unison. I'm talking not just the actors, the fucking camera guys, the fucking film, the sound guys, everybody. I mean, everybody has to be perfect.
His trajectory is he trains for like a year to 2 years. I mean, he's on the mats with all the MMA guys. He's doing jiu-jitsu. He's doing the throws. He's doing the rolling. He's doing the mats. I mean, sweating it out. Then he's doing the gun training on top of that. Not just play for real.
No, he's for real. You saw him at the range where you like
yeah.
I said, damn, Keanu. That's the dope shit that people forget about in acting. Is that you're an actor, but you still learn all this dope ass shit if you're fortunate enough.
Absolutely.
Oh, come on, and like imagine going back to Avatar.
Yeah,
they said Avatar 2. There were scenes where the actors were holding their breath for 5 fucking minutes.
Man,
can you imagine acting and holding your breath at the same time? It's hard enough fucking walking and acting at the same time. You want to hold my breath and have me go fight some shit underwater?
You just blew my fucking mind. Because Zoe, whatever her name is.
Saldana? Oh my God.
Bro, let me tell you something right now. I'm not going to try to be weird on the podcast, stuff like that, but some of those avatars had ass. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're talking shit right now, man. It's like Talk Shit with Mac. Hey, some avatars have some ass. I'm like, I came down like that. I'm like, man, what am I looking at right now, bro? Like, I said, come on, man. What's going on?
If you're in a homie situation, you fucking one of them avatars? Yeah, I guess you got to, right?
Listen, I'm trying to
is he nasty for that?
No, he's not nasty. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm trying to keep myself right because at some point there's gonna be we're gonna have robots soon, man. I'm trying to keep myself right so I can fuck a robot.
I don't know if
robots are coming, bro.
Yeah, man, but I'd rather fuck an alien than a robot.
I don't know about that, but avatars those are two completely things. You know what I'm saying? Like
aliens and robots. Yeah, I'm thinking of feelings and texture. Robots, I'm thinking I'm smacking a fucking wrench across my shit versus an alien. They might have some good.
That's true. You're right. That's true, man. I never even thought about that.
Let Zoe's $1 avatar come pull up on me. I'm gonna say, look, man, I need about 45 minutes. A bottle of whiskey or some shit. Man. I'm about to learn to love you, baby.
The avatars are easy to love because they lightweight look kind of cute.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just
dope hair and shit. I'm like, man, get your big ass down here,
8
girl.
feet tall or 7 feet or something like that.
I'm about to fuck you up, girl.
I'm telling you, man, that's what's up right there. You know, shoot.
Oh man, that's funny.
That's awesome, man. So yeah, man, life has been very, very interesting, man, to say the least, in Las Vegas. I could talk about that climate. I've met some people. People aren't about what they say they are. I'm not saying they're any different from Cali, but I just feel like here, when you meet good people, they're good people. Like yourself, like Gino. I mean, like Marlon. I mean, Felicia. She's like one of my producers on the show. We have a show called Chaotic Rentals. And I saw the thing. I met Kat through Gino.
Okay.
Yeah. So I met her. She's good people too. She's dope.
She's
good people, bro.
Dope.
Yeah, she's hella dope.
I
never worked with her before, but
man.
Actually, I did work. I shot.
She's phenomenal.
She's dope.
Too.
Yeah, she's dope. So she was out there with Gino, and Gino did a movie, this kids movie that really hit off and did really big things, stuff like that. He sold and stuff like that. So Gino had me out for a day to shoot some. I shoot with my camera stuff like that. Hey, can you do some Steadicam stuff for me or whatever? Yeah, man. Real talk, I'll do it for you, man. No problem. So Gino's good people. But yeah, man. Yeah, Kat's cool, man. But yeah, meeting people here, man, it's interesting, man. Because like the girl said too, like the lady said that we're on your podcast, man. It's interesting, man. You gotta really hold on to your energy until you meet people that are right people. Because if you don't, you expend this psychic energy on people that is wasted kind of time.
Yes.
And I give everybody a chance, to, like you said, action speaks louder than words. Your action, hey, man, what's up? Okay, cool. I see your shows, stuff like that. I want to come out and give you some love, So, and that goes vice versa. It's a win-win for the both of us. Nobody knows who I am. Now they might know something about me and stuff like that. It's a win-win. And you got a great platform and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, man, it's all love. You know what I mean?
You can get some actors and some actresses. Yeah. Are gonna want to work.
Exactly.
And one thing about me, man, I'm never gonna have people on my show that I'll vouch for if they're not fucking putting in work.
I know.
It's like because my word is everything. I feel like as people, that's what we got is our word.
Because you're a man. That's all we have.
Yeah, that's all we got, man. So if I say, hey, Lee, man, Kat, she's that motherfucker when it comes to acting.
I seen her, man. I seen her. You know, I was like, okay, she's pretty, stuff like that. But the girl's got chops, man. Yeah. She really does, man. Kat, and she's nice too, man. That's what's really nice about her. You know,
she cares.
She absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, I only met her through Gino, and I might have shot some stuff with her or whatever, maybe not. But like, she was there that day and stuff like that. But she's really nice. You know, I had a chance to chat with her a little bit. But of course, like, you know, game recognizes game. Yeah. You know, and your soul just knows. That's one thing I pay attention to being 52. I pay attention to what my first feeling. I already know you're a good cat. I don't have to, you know, question anything. I just know. And you know when people aren't good people.
Man, you feel it.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, so I was never big on energy when I was younger. I thought people were fucking bullshitting. It's like, energy, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. But then as you say, you get a little bit older and you start paying attention and you could feel it. But I read something that changed my life when it comes to energy. You said, I read, it said, you know that energy is real because the feeling that you get when a motherfucker's staring at you.
Yes. And everybody's, first thing,
what the fuck is wrong with this person? You feel it. That's energy. Yeah. That's bad vibes right there. And then it goes vice versa on the good shit. Yeah. It's like,
what's going on right now?
I want to smile around you.
Yeah,
what the
exactly.
fuck? I want to fuck with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I like people like that. When I get goosebumps around people, man, I'm getting goosebumps over it. You know, it means stuff is right. You know, we have to pay attention to the fact that, you know, we are very powerful beings. And like Joe Dispenza might say, being supernatural. We have supernatural qualities. And we do heal ourselves like Wolverine. I mean, it's a slower pace. Yeah. But I'm kind of in awe on that. Yeah. And I do want to jump really back on something you said before. Being grateful is part of being grateful for what you have right now is probably one of the most powerful tools we have in order to what we call, everyone starts to talk about multiverse. That's quantum physics. And Joe Dispenza talks about it in a book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And in that book, in a sense, it says that if you can revel in the fact that you can get into a space to where you feel like, I'm inside of this car or this Lamborghini, or I can feel like my show is going to pop, and you can get goosebumps and feel that. That is kind of that. Because there's another level. There's another person that came today in a Lamborghini. I don't want to be the worst version of myself. And I don't want to get too woo-woo on your show, but without being too ethereal, there's a person that showed up today that was better than I am right now. And I just don't want to be the worst motherfucker of my version of myself.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And I don't think that I am. And the person that died, you know, because 3 years ago when I got divorced, man, it was crazy. I lived in my office. I had no money, man. I lived in my office. I'm not saying she threw me out or whatever, but I'm not saying she didn't throw me out. That's all I'm gonna say. Because she knows. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be mean, man, right now. You know, I talk to, like my dad used to say, man, belt the ass, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. If it was me in that situation, I'm gonna tell you right now. That woman would have still been living with me, even though it would have been awkward. I would never throw anybody out. She can say whatever she wants to. She doubts she ever sees this or whatever. But if she does, that's belt the ass, girl. You know you're wrong for that.
Yeah. Hey, women, they're very personal. You know,
hey, man.
Us men, we could tolerate shit, we could deal with things, but women, they want to cut you deep.
Bro.
They want to inflict pain and then twist the knife a little bit and pull it out and put it back
right
in.
Now. You're talking real, man.
That's women.
You know.
Us men will come up and shoot you and leave. You know, women, they want you to fucking feel their emotions and their pain and their hurt. It's like, God damn. And it has to be way worse, too.
Oh, absolutely.
It has to be worse.
Absolutely. Ugh. No, like I said, I would not ever, if you've had a bad breakup, people say, you know, and I'm not saying, here's the one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to tell anyone that, any of your listeners or people that are watching, that my pain is worse than theirs, because it's not. Because I don't do that. They be like, well, you know, you don't even understand what, motherfucker, we all have pain. And there's no, I don't regulate at that. I regulate on a higher vibe, which is, man, whatever pain you're going through, bro, I feel you. Because we're built differently. And whatever pain you went through, it doesn't mean mine's worse or better. Yeah. It's just pain.
Yeah.
We've experienced something that we just discomfort.
Yeah, we have all hurt.
Yeah. And I think that's the difference how I am from 3 years ago. I was selfish as fuck. I'm not the same person who I was. I'm so much more open to everything and so less close to the other things that were like just like that put me off.
Yeah.
I was a fucking asshole. Like you said before, I was an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, but I was like, I had to know it all. I didn't do this, you know. I'm like, motherfucker, you know, like I'm living. I mean, I can't give to the listeners and viewers that how much of a 180 I've done, you know, and that takes a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
Like you said, it takes you
a lot of
and
failing.
your shit to get up out of that shit, to not be angry or to have this disappointment about yourself or to be sad or to be, but it takes one little bit. I tell people, if you're in the dirt and your depression's real,
fuck yeah, it is.
I'm not asking you to smile and give me the best, cheesiest smile. I'm just asking you to be a tiny bit better. That's it. That's all we can do.
Try to dig yourself out that ditch.
And don't isolate. If you are depressed right now, don't isolate, man. That's the key. Depression's real. Find someone and attach yourselves to and I tell my friends, if you're fucking depressed, attach your fucking wagon to me, bro. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because you need someone to pick you up when you're down.
We all do.
We're supposed to be running in as a herd, as a team, Like I was preaching on the village earlier, we need to be there for each other when we're down. And especially us as men, we have a tendency to isolate.
We
whether that's physically or mentally. We isolate, or both.
We need those clans. We need a real clan. We need a clan of men to come together to do men shit. I'm not saying act a fucking jackass and be fucking mean to women or anything like that. We just need to be men and talk about stuff like that, because when those things are open, we can understand ourselves better. Because whatever I'm telling you, if I'm direct, I tell people, if someone's telling you something that you don't like to hear, they're telling it for themselves.
Yeah.
When I'm mad or frustrated with somebody, I see myself inside of you. For me, it's an open mirror. Thank you, universe. Thank you for that lesson. Why am I so irritated with this dude right here? Because it's me.
Because he's hitting that nerve.
Because it's me.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. Whatever I see that I don't like about you, I have to examine that on the outside and go, man, excuse me, man. It's not your stuff, man. It's me. I'm seeing something inside of you that I don't like, that I need to change. That's how I hold myself accountable. So,
that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that took, like you said, 49, you weren't like that. 52, you're working towards that and are that person. So it takes fucking time.
It does.
And I feel like this thing called life that we're living is an ever journey. We're constantly trying to evolve or get better. At least I hope,
I hope. But here's the thing. If you don't, it don't matter. Life's coming for you regardless if you want it to or not.
Life is about to get that ass.
Belt to ass, bro.
Yeah.
Belt to ass. I'm telling you. I've experienced it. I know. I mean, like, and like you said before, it's a beautiful, what we call life is a beautiful disaster, man, because it is so wonderful. And you have to take the attention. And I talked about another podcast with one of my buddies. A great movie is with Groundhog Day. And Groundhog Day's phenomenal because he relives the same day over and over again. And that kind of trope, that kind of movie trope that's been done before, it really comes from Friedrich Nietzsche. Right? It's kind of reincarnation. What do you do when you relive something over and over again? When people are like, why do I always have money problems? Because, motherfucker, you have to learn some shit you ain't learned yet.
Yep.
It's not like living the same day, but you're living the same thing over and over again. Why am I getting these bad relationships? Why am I sad right now? Because you're not learning that you're better in the situation, and you're not learning from your original situation, which you're not
listening to yourself.
You're not.
Yeah, listening to your body. Your body will talk to you.
It really does.
You just got to listen. You need to be aware. You need to consciously be aware. Put your phone down. Escape your mind. Stop watching the TV. And, it's hard, though. It's fucking hard.
It's really hard.
It's hard as shit to escape and really be in tune with yourself and then be honest with yourself, too. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm hurting today and I'm down today. Why? It's just a bad day. Or is it really I'm not satisfied, or I'm mad at myself for not, going after what I said I was going to do, or I'm just not living up to the expectations of myself, or maybe I just feel like I'm a failure because I know I'm not really trying my best.
See, and you brought up something, but see that you're introspective right now. Everybody else is going to blame the world. A lot of people these days. Listen, man.
The world's going to keep spinning, dog. You got to be able to be accountable and just take advantage of that spin. That's it.
But see, the problem is that, you feel more like a Generation Xer than like whatever generation you're part of. Because Generation Xers, everything was built out of fucking steel. Everything could kill you. Nobody knew where we were. We'd ride our fucking bikes. We'd drink out of fucking hoses. We'd hang out in the truck and throw fucking bottles outside of when we're drinking on the freeway. Yeah. And we weren't afraid of shit. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, Mr. Old Guy's talking right now. But like, listen to this OG, bro. Yeah. Like, listen, shit was scary back in the day. I remember a thing called Mr. Football. My friend broke his arm. Because it was made out of steel. You know, it's this little thing when your dad didn't want to come play with you, you push it down, it could run 3 plays. One was an out, one was a long bomb, one was another thing or whatever, like a little, but then Mr. Football. But, lawn darts thrown in the fucking air and fucking shit could go, everything was dangerous, man. Like growing up in the 70s, bro, I was born in 1971. Shit was just different, man.
Different as fuck. You had no phone. You have probably no TV or no shows to watch. So you're outside.
Listen, we had 5 fucking channels. When we were watching, like, hey man, I'm watching this Snoopy thing. Yeah, I know you're watching because we only had like 7 channels.
You got a 20% chance of everybody watching the same shit.
No, it was more of like 100% chance, bro. I'm telling you, man, we watched the same cartoons, stuff like that. Like Kung Fung, whatever, Kung Fung Fooey or whatever his name is, and like, Captain Caveman and Scooby Doo. Sorry, Yagi. We watched the same shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't more. Then they bring me to dating.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm on Bumble and Tinder, bro. You say something that's one thing that might not disagree with somebody, whatever. I'm not weird or anything like that. But you say something that's off, more to the next, because these women have 1,000 men in their. But it wasn't like that.
It's unfair.
It is, because we went
unfair.
out. You could only find one when you went out to places.
You know what fucked me up is that I forgot whose podcast or snippet I was watching, but he was like, man, you got these fucking 5s that have everybody and their mama hitting them up in the DMs, making these fucking 5s feel like 8s. So it's fucking up the cycle of dating because these bitches think that they're better than they fucking are, man.
And I think some men do the same things too. I'll be nice to the women too. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not trying to. I'm not
saying the bitches. Now the women, we're trying to find them.
I'm trying to find the
women. We got to cycle out the bitches though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find something. I'm trying to lay up, binge watch some things, do some
some simple shit.
Go to Mexico. I want matching PJs, man, with somebody out here on Christmas. I want to try to. This is cuff season. I'm trying to lay with somebody, watch some Percy Jackson or something like that, man. Come on, man. Like
watch some scary movies and get
I'm telling
scared.
You, man.
Trying to cuddle and shit.
I'm trying to cuddle, bro.
Trying to stay warm.
But everybody, man, it's just like there's too much out there. So the issue is that because of those things, it's swung completely in the wrong direction. Because back in the day, when you went out, I didn't know if I was going to see you again. Let me get your number. And I would concentrate on you because I didn't know when I was going to get to see another chance again. Yeah. That was it. When we didn't have a cell phone, because there was no cell phones. When I graduated in 95 from Davis, and
I had the bricks. You had a pager?
I had a pager, bro.
Yeah. Bro. Hey, in 95, you either had a phone in your car or you had the brick.
The big one. You had the brick. That's it. Or a pager, and a pager I couldn't even afford, really, in 95. 94, 95, man, I couldn't really afford it. I'm like, I got a pager, man, and like, man, but it was everything. That's all we had. So, we had a lot more personal with people, and we had a lot more people skills, and people just don't.
People skills are non-existent these days.
No, they're not.
People don't know how to sit down and have a conversation.
No.
You start getting awkward, you start fidgeting, you start looking at your phone, you're looking at things to do, like you don't want to be there. So the art of conversation is gone.
It is, man. And you can't really be, I want to be honest with people, like, well, I don't want to say too much because but let's just say this, my ex would weaponize, if you tell somebody something about yourself, even she's Generation X too as well, but if you tell somebody about yourself, people are afraid to be vulnerable. And vulnerability is strength. So if I tell you something, some women, not all, and some men probably too,
take advantage of it.
They weaponize what you told them.
It's and so fucked up.
It sucks, man.
I would never, ever be with a woman like that, that again in my life. Because once you experience that, it's fucked up. It's like, okay, I'm a man.
Yeah.
And I'm a motherfucking man, too.
I know.
So if I'm putting myself in a position where I'm being vulnerable and you take advantage of that, you're an evil bitch. And you got to go.
You got to go. And people do that. I won't say men or women, but people do that.
We both do it.
Yeah,
punk ass, bitch ass men and punk bitch ass women.
It's like
bitches go both ways.
I think men do it to get more out of the woman and to try to be more sneaky. Women do it because they're upset and they don't know how to have a conversation. I'm not saying all women. Bitches don't. Real women do. The real ones, they know who they are. They'll have a conversation with you.
Straight up to all you beautiful real women out there.
You queens out there, whoever you are, white, black, Latino, whatever you are. I'm with you. I want a queen that I want to be able to be with and stuff like that, that understands not to weaponize my vulnerability because it's strength. I'm giving you my strength,
Yeah, because it's hard to put yourself in a vulnerable situation because we're as men, we're supposed to be the providers. We're supposed to be the people that you come to when you have problems and I solve it. And, the protectors, all of that shit.
Absolutely.
So being vulnerable already takes us in a state of I'm not being a man because I'm being sensitive or I'm being vulnerable. So if you take that and you throw it and you fucking stomp on us and you take advantage of those emotions, now the chances of us doing that again in the future, whether it's with that woman or any other woman, are very slim to none.
Because then you start to be. I started to do this thing where I started to lie, and I you know, it's cap. You know, all the young guys say it's cap when I say I don't lie because everybody does. Mm-hmm. But when you're vulnerable, you know, and then things start to happen, you start to recluse, you start to change. You shield yourself from protection because you don't want to be that vulnerable. And then that lies the universe, you know, universal law, which is, you know, that which changes does, you know, and whatever, for every action, there's a reaction. Mm-hmm. So now my reaction to the action that she's doing, you know, and I'm not saying that's right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
it's all toxic.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. It's very toxic.
Yeah.
And so I became toxic as well. But originally I wasn't like that. And I don't, you know,
it takes like experiences to dent our armor before we start shielding ourselves like that, before we start doing toxic shit as good guys. And, you know, it's fucked up. It's life.
I just feel like, you know, the person that I'm looking for, really what I want to do is I want to see, you know, real talk, if anyone was out there, I need to see with your parents. I need to see what your relationship with your father and mother are. Because we were respectful. Morally, you know, I think my morals were different than hers. I think my upbringing was fucking tight as shit. You know, my dad, rest his soul, he's been dead. You know, passed away 19 years ago. He had Agent Orange. You know, he did his due in Vietnam, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, he taught me a lot. You know, my mom taught me a lot how to be a man. You know, and not to say things that you don't mean. You know, mean what you say. Do what you say. Like you said before, which I like about you. You know, be your word. All we have is our word.
Yeah.
You know, if Cat's dope, I trust you, you know, as man, you know, man to man, you know? So I just feel like, there's a lot of discomfort. What I'm trying to learn about now is having conversations in 2024. And that comes from like me reading some other cool little books and stuff like that. I sometimes hide around conversations that I don't want to have with other people. And they're not bad conversations, but just discomfort stuff that kind of feels kind of yucky a little bit. I'm being kind of mean, but just really communicating with people. So I feel like I'm not hiding now. I think that this year for me, you know, in 2024, without being kind of like, hey, my New Year's resolution is this. So going back to 75 Hard, it's taught me to have conversations with people to say, yes, I can do this. And there's a power in saying, no, I can't. And not be mean about it.
The no, I can't is the hardest thing to learn, especially when you're a person that cares.
You hit it.
Yeah. Hey, man, you asked me to come do this for you or help you out with this. I truly fucking care, and I want to be there all I can. But it's putting me in a vulnerable position. Now I'm not doing what I got to get done, and I'm taking time for myself to go help you.
I know.
It's very inconvenient for me, but I'm going to do it anyways. Now the stresses are built up. Now I'm not hitting my deadlines. Now I'm behind.
See?
Now anxiety's rising. All of that shit.
Exactly.
And when you learn to say no, the people that truly love you and truly care about you, they ain't going to give a fuck. They can be like, all right, man, I get it.
Yeah. They get it.
And having that mindset of I don't want to disappoint. You need to look in that fucking mirror and say, I don't want to disappoint myself first.
Because at the end of the day, you have to be happy with you. This human experience that we have with each other is just, you know, it's absolutely phenomenal. We have to have a discussion with ourselves every single day to say, hey, we are doing X, Y, and Z. But honestly, I think at the end of the day, we don't, like, go back to our other conversation, we don't owe anybody anything. So with that being said, we have to be happy. This is our journey, and it's quite a quick one, man. If I can begin to tell you that I have been just, what's the word for it? 52 has come so goddamn fast, man. I can't begin to tell you. I'm telling you right now, like, it has come fast. Last thing I knew, I had my hands back. I was living in San Francisco, looking up the sky, the planes passing by, hearing the ocean in my ears. I'm 4 or 5 years old, and now I'm 52. I swear to God, you guys, it's so fast. This journey is a quick one, man.
Yeah.
Be fucking happy.
Yeah.
Seriously. You know? And so I just, I think if that can impart anything, if anyone's hearing anything, man, today is live with no regrets and absolutely grab the gratitude horns by the ear, man. and be fucking gracious. Have gratitude for the smallest of things. And that's another thing too. If you feel sad about something,
change it.
If you don't feel great about your circumstances, change it. Be in action. But also too, we don't have enough. There's somebody else that doesn't have as much as you do.
Yeah.
Hey man, belt to ass, bro. We have a lot. You and I sitting here, I got no problems. I saw someone on TikTok fucking walking around, cripple, but they got a smile on their face. If they can put a fucking smile on their face and I'm overweight, motherfucker, there's somebody that can't walk. I tell my mentees, if you can't if somebody, work out for someone who can't walk today.
Yeah, straight up. Lift that fucking weight for somebody who can.
Be that person, bro.
Yeah.
I got energy, bro. Tell me, 52, bro, trust me on this, bro. I'm him. I got energy, bro. I got love for everybody in this world. But man, I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you right now, belt to ass. Get yourself, there's no fucking excuses, man. Be somebody. And my coach always said, Pat Ryan, my varsity head coach, man, be somebody, Lee. When you're out there, bro, be somebody. Walk for people who can't walk.
Yeah.
Run for people who don't, see for people who can't see. We have so much. We're both of us able-bodied. Hey, man, don't ever be fat, bro. I'm calling you out, Levi. And I won't have to.
I don't think I'm allowed to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? That's the energy, bro. Like, get it.
Hey, man, I wake up in the morning, I jump out of my motherfucking bed.
Thank you.
I brush my teeth, I stare myself in the mirror and tell myself how great I am. I piss excellence, and I go and fuck some shit up.
That's what's happening.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I did that, or I feel that way.
Yeah.
Because I put the fucking work in.
Exactly.
I'm very proud of myself
Exactly.
and what I've accomplished in my short 29 years.
Yeah.
I have put in the work.
That's
this
dope.
last decade from 19 to 29, I did not motherfucking stop, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
That's dope.
I took some breaks.
Yeah.
Motherfucker got tired. I had to take a little break,
Hey.
But I'm proud, man.
That's dope.
And
I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks.
It
I
takes a
appreciate
lot of
it.
work, but trust me.
a lot of the times it's hard getting out the bed. When you're fucking, say you wake up and you're just depressed and have anxiety.
You got
didn't
nothing going
sleep
on for yourself?
You got to go to work. You don't really like your job. You're fucking, your car's fucking up. You're scared to start that motherfucker. Is it gonna start?
Bro.
It's cold outside. You ain't got a jacket. There's so many things that make life hard. But if you choose to smile regardless, it starts to get a lot easier.
And you know what I'm saying? You changing one small thing, and that's what I go back to Groundhog Day. The reason why I mentioned it is that the character lived the same day over and over again, being super fucking selfish, which you're not, right? Maybe we were. I'm definitely resonate with that character. We both do. But Bill Murray's character, as O'Connell, whatever his first name was, but his character, he changed one part of his perspective. You know what he started doing? He changed his attention to something different. He stopped being a little more, less of a dick. And every single day, and honestly, a little tidbit for everybody, they said the director, Harold Ramis, who passed away, God bless his soul, Harold Ramis was in Ghostbusters with Bill Murray. And they kind of strained the relationship because it was tough. It was a tough time in Bill Murray's life, so he was kind of a dick. And he's not really a dick at all.
Yeah.
But it was a tough time when he was doing that movie, Groundhog Day. And if we can change our perspective just a little bit and be in service to other fucking humans in this world and not be so goddamn selfish, we're going to see that life is great.
Yeah.
You got to change your perspective like you did, just a little bit. Wait, what's over here?
People start approaching you more. People start talking to you, saying good morning. Man, it's all about perspective and positivity.
Absolutely.
Because it's like it plants a seed in your mind and your body.
It does.
And you could grow it with more positivity, but
Absolutely.
it works on the opposite side too with negativity.
Yeah.
You start flooding your mind with negative thoughts. You're gonna start being a negative person.
What you think about, you bring about. The mind, I don't want to get this as a secret but it matters. It is real. Like what you're thinking about, you're going to bring about, not necessarily there, but that energy and people showing up. Like I said, the talk is like Mike, has pretty much, and I like using the statement and people love it, the belt to ass, he's one of my best friends. He's having dinner at Margot Robbie's house, Brad Pitt and Margot. He sold the show to Apple TV. You'll see it, it's going to come out. It's dope as hell. But he didn't just pull any punches when he was talking to me. I said, man, I appreciate you. But when he finally said, particularly I want to work with you a little bit, that spoke volumes because I put in the work. It's been 3 years, man. I've been, and he would be like, no, it's not ready. No. Hey, what this script? No. And I brought him something that was nice, and it was well done. He's like, yeah, this is dope. this is dope. You know, so
how'd you feel when you said that?
it just happened recently, man. It happened yesterday. He gave me a call.
Yesterday,
yeah.
fuck.
I mean, yeah,
Good
it just happened
shit.
yesterday. You know, I don't even know how I feel about it. I just feel like, you know, I feel like this. I don't know what's going to happen out of it, but I'll say this. The universe conspires for you, not against you. And if you want to transpire that with God or whatever, God equating, you know, universe, whatever you want to do. If it's Allah, whatever you want to do, I don't have it straight. I tell you right, there's something out there, that energy, what we call God or universe, that is so powerful that when you allow that to come through you, you know, and speak for you, and you show up and do the work, and you be grateful, I tell you right now, man, there's no stopping you.
Yeah. It's way different when you're like that. Not being so demanding or so entitled. That's the entitlement in these motherfucking negative ass people these days.
Yeah.
The one to walk around like their shit don't stink. The one that won't get out of your way and just fucking just stand in front of you just to piss you off.
Yeah.
The ones that don't hold the door open and shit and they see you coming. Them motherfuckers, the entitled ones. Don't be like that.
No, you know, those are the guys, to me, I mean, I'm not, this is not an age thing, but like, you know, I can remember, that's why I mentioned the 1970s thing. When we like 9 or 10 years old and we were like crying, you know, everyone doesn't get a trophy. My coach would say, you see those guys over there? Like, yeah, we won, yeah. I'm saying, look at them. I'm looking, you know, and I'm saying, don't turn your head away. Look. I'm like, what are you gonna do next year, Lee? I'm like, I'm gonna work, coach. I'm gonna work. At 9.
Yeah.
Everybody gets trophies now, man. Everybody make sure your feelings are okay.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't even allow my daughter to accept a participation trophy. I'll throw that shit in the trash.
It is trash.
Like everybody,
it's straight trash.
All the parents could look at me. The coaches could look at me like a dickhead asshole. I don't give a fuck because you need to feel this failure.
Exactly.
You need to feel this loss because it's going to fuel you and is going to start shaping your mindset based on what you do because of that.
Yeah.
Cause and effect. Hey, we lost this fucking game. So what did? I trained all goddamn motherfucking summer. I woke up 5 a.m. every day.
I'm telling you.
Every day I looked in the mirror and I just pictured them motherfuckers holding that trophy.
Exactly.
Not again.
Not again. Not bro. Not again.
If it's up to me, motherfucker, not again.
Not again. No,
it's time to get it.
That's what I'm saying. It's time to get it. And that's where the entitlement comes from. I think that at a loss of where we are in America right now because of this quick-paced everything, you know, with the Kardashians and, you know, God love them and stuff like that. But like, you know, people, and everybody's Insta-famous, man. I mean, like, like, you know, like the greatest meme I've ever seen before is like, the guy's like, hey, what do you do? She's like, well, I'm a model. It's like, yeah, I'm a warrior. I play Call of Duty. I mean, everybody calls themselves a model. I mean, like, what does that mean? I know a few models, and like, shout out to Kaylee out there. Kaylee's dope. She's a real model. She's a real one, stuff like that, you know. But, you know, there are real models out there and people that are playing. But like, if she can be a model, then I can say my service. I would never say that because you guys do what you do. Because I got respect and love for my military, straight up. But yeah, I mean, like, I think that there's a lot of entitlement that goes on these days, and people are entitled to something that they don't necessarily. They didn't do any work for.
They didn't put the work in. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Put the work in, man. That goes back to the shit that I was talking about, the ego and the people in the city having egos.
Yes.
It's like, man, none of y'all are driving Lamborghinis and own fucking houses all over the place and been in fucking the best movies for the best companies and with the James Camerons and shit.
Exactly.
Why the fuck do you got an ego?
That's what I'm saying.
Leave that shit at the motherfucking door, unless it's a positive ego, and let's work. Yeah. Let's go achieve that ego.
Exactly.
Let's go get a reason to have one.
Right? That's
because if not, I don't want to fucking hear it. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out.
Exactly.
Because I want to work with everybody with a positive ass mindset that's trying to buy into the same fucking goal and dream.
Right. And that's what I'm about. I mean, like, you know, a lot of times we can't, like, right now I'm just looking at, you know, doing some things, some shorter format type stuff. With my students, we shoot short films, and we've given some people opportunities, stuff like that. I never come at anybody like the cats or whatever. Like, hey man, it'd be good, you know, because people, how many times you heard, it'll be a good look for you, man. It'd be something you put inside your feather in your cap. If they want to do that, that's fine. But I don't come at anybody like that. If you're working for a film, like, hey, this is a cool project. I think it's cool. It's something that you want to do. You know, you're experienced actor and stuff like that. You probably don't need anything like this, but if you want to be in something like this, it'd be great. So I don't come at people like that. If I can't pay them and stuff like that, I'm doing the work for free. But if I'm being paid, I'm gonna try to pay you too as well.
Yeah.
But if I'm not being paid, we all got to try to get along best. And I don't have an ego. If someone, like I said, Gino called me to know, I work for free for Gino anytime. Gino knows that.
Because it's about making the content. It's about doing what you love and making the work.
That's it, man.
Damn, I get to work today.
Yeah.
I get to get in front of a camera and fucking show the world why I think I'm the shit at acting.
Exactly.
Or I could dive deep into this character and become somebody that I'm not.
Yeah.
Maybe I could go be that asshole.
Yeah.
I'm such a nice person. I try my best to be a nice person and well-mannered person. So I want to get on camera and just be a fucking dick.
Yeah.
I want to be the bad guy. I want to be the killer. I want to be the guy that fucks your goals and dreams up.
Exactly.
That's what I want one of my next roles to be, because I just feel like I got a lot in me that wants to come out.
Yeah, I
and
see
I
it.
think
I
could
feel you.
just fucking just
get it. Yeah,
put it into some shit.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk after this. I mean, like, and see what you're up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we talk about it now, whatever too. So how long you been acting, stuff like that?
So my first project that I was a part of was Run Nixon, and I did that like, I think it would be 3 years ago next month. But last January is when I got into acting school, started taking, going to school at Dream Tracks with Frank Perillo.
Wow. What kind of modality are you guys doing? Check off.
I'm not there anymore, but he's big on Meisner.
Okay. Yes, Meisner's dope.
Meisner is awesome. Being in the moment, listening, and responding.
That's awesome.
And but Frank, he's absolutely fucking amazing, man. Really helped me a lot, and really. Broke shit down for me. Taught me how to break down the scene and character breakdown and blocking.
That's dope,
and
man.
all types of different shit. Because I feel like you, as an actor, you need to understand what's going on around you, what that guy is doing, what that person is doing. Get behind the camera, do some writing. I did a character breakdown class. It was an 8-week class where we created a character and then created a story, wrote a story, and then wrote a script. And
That's great.
We got to act each other's out. And that was such a fucking awesome experience.
Yeah.
Just seeing everybody's stories and everybody that on the acting side, everybody really put in fucking work.
How long were they? What each story?
So we broke it down to 3 scenes in the scene. It varied, roughly about a page. So it was maybe about like 5 minutes of acting. We did a scene, beginning, middle, and end scene.
Okay.
And it was maybe 5 to 7 minutes of acting or so.
That's dope.
And it was just, man, it was so much fun. It really helped me tap into my love for writing. I've always loved to write growing up, but writing stories and writing scripts, I fell in love with it, man.
That's great, man.
So
you've written any features or anything like that?
So it was more so like a short something. I wrote it about a character named Leon.
Okay.
And basically, when he was 17 years old, his parents got murdered. Burglars came in, tied him and his parents up and fucking murdered him and stole something from the house. He didn't know what they stole, though. And he was supposed to die, too, but because of certain variables, he had a near-death experience. Okay. And for the rest of his life, he was trying to get revenge. Okay. He went to SEAL school, became a Navy SEAL, got the proper training, and ended up in SEAL school, met a guy who the person that killed Leon's parents ended up being that guy's dad. But they were like, Leon didn't have many friends, but they knocked it off and they were like best friends going through SEAL school up until he found out that he was the one, that he was related to the killer. And then it concludes with the other guy. He gave Leon insight on where to find the killers of his parents, and he ends up finding them and killing them. But Leon actually kills the person's son, his wife, and then the guy too. Wow. He said, this ain't no good story, good ending, and ties them all to a chair and fucks them all up. Wow. It's a torturous story, man. Very, very dark.
Yeah.
And I fuck with that type of shit.
Yeah, I know too. I love noir type stuff. It's dark. I mean, it's real. It's, I mean, I always appreciate it. Sometimes I don't want to see it because it's like too close to real life. But like, that's the thing, like you have to take yourself to that point, which is, what would you do in a situation like that if someone killed the people that you loved? Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's going to be that good guy and let the kid the woman and the kid live. No, fuck that.
No.
You guys came in here, you killed my mom, she's got to go.
Yeah.
You try to kill me, he's got to go. And I'm going to stab you in your fucking stomach and watch you bleed.
It's an eye for an eye. It's not nice, man, but sometimes reality isn't. And it sounds like an actually pretty deep story that you got going on.
Man, I don't know where I was tapping into, but I was feeling it, bro. Like, and it was when I was writing it, it was so vivid. Like I could see the whole scene breakdown and everything, and the blocking of the scene, everything.
Great.
Like all of this shit is going through my mind. So it was one hell of an experience and something that I would love to do again in the future.
Yeah.
But I haven't stopped writing.
That's good.
I want to write a story. I was more so thinking of like roles for myself that I could potentially play, but then I changed my mind. I want to write a story about a dope ass woman, a woman that goes through the trials and tribulations of life, or whatever that genre is.
Right.
Whether it's a hard upbringing at home, or it's a horror movie and she's trying to survive.
Right.
I want to write about a woman because I feel like women are very powerful motherfucking people, and they have to endure so much.
Absolutely.
And in horror movies, a survivor, a male survivor, is never ever on the same level as a woman.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be inferior. They're supposed to be this creature that is less than.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, women are pretty fucking badass.
Dude, let me tell you something.
They pick up the fucking slack for us all the goddamn time.
All the time. I mean, my ex did too as well. But my mama, you know, when I remember in the 70s, my dad was acting a damn fool. You know, I don't know if it was PTSD from Vietnam or whatever, but like probably like 77 or so. You know, it was a lot of abuse and things like that. But the cool thing about that I saw from my mom is that she didn't have a degree. Mm-hmm. I remember like, baby, you know, your dad is crazy and stuff like that sometimes. My mom loved the shit. I love my dad too as well. But he was kind of nuts. I mean, that old, because as he got older, he got different, but he was kind of a, you know.
I can only fucking imagine what they went through.
It was crazy. In the 70s, you know, back then, like, you know, it wasn't the same. You know, you could come by and go, oh, what's going on now? But like, my mom took me one time, I remember, and she would take me to, I remember she got a degree at USF. She didn't have no degree before. She said, we gonna have something, baby, just in case your dad wants to act like a damn jackass. But I see strength. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was eating them little and stuff like that, you know, and I was in class with my mama at USF, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, she did her thing, you know.
You gotta do what you gotta fucking do.
You really do.
She put her big girl pants on and she
really
made it happen.
But that's women's strength. That's you know, and women, that's what I'm saying, like to your point, which is women they're pretty dope.
Yeah.
They're pretty dope.
That's
why we're after them all the time. I mean, for me and you are, but
shit.
You know, they're dope.
Women are dope.
They're
man,
dope,
and
man.
They're beautiful.
That's
what I want to write about, man. I want to make I want to write a horror story because that's just who I am. Horror is my shit.
We should do something together, man. You write a little something, like a little 5-minute scene. Because my mentees were always trying to practice on stuff like that. You know, write a little something, you know, do something together.
I'll be in touch.
Let's do it. You know, I mean, like, shoot,
they
say less, man. You know, like, I've got guys with cameras of like, you know, I mean, I've got a ton of gear, man. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. I've bought a 10,000. I've got the DJI Ronin 4D and FX3s. My students my graduate students have bought FX3s and shit like that. So we've got a ton of beyond gear. I mean, like dope stuff, dude. Like, oh shit, man.
Fuck yeah, man. Let's work because I'm definitely gonna write some shit, and I need shit to add to my resume.
We get Kat out there too.
Oh man, of course. Kat's always down to work, man.
Exactly.
She works. She puts in. She's a hustler.
I know she is, man.
She's a motherfucking hustler, man. Shout out to Kat.
Shout out to Kat.
I always look right there because that's where she sits.
That's where I mean,
that's where she sits.
But I hadn't seen it. But when you sent that, it was kind of funny to me. Like, wait a minute, I know her.
Yeah.
You know, so it's cool, man. You know, she's got one of those faces that everybody knows, you know, and everybody probably has a good vibe on because I know I do. You know?
Oh, man. Yeah. You can feel her energy as soon as you meet her.
Yeah, exactly. And she's not bullshit either.
Loud, fucking silly as fuck. Throw her a little snort out there a couple of times, and it's like, man, I fuck with you, girl.
Exactly.
Yeah, but hey, Lee, I fucking appreciate you getting on the pod, man.
Man, this has been absolutely wonderful, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you reached out because it was you that put that energy out, man. You know, and I'm never like, who's this? I don't never do that. I'm just like, okay, let's go.
Mm-hmm. I definitely got to get you back on the pod.
Let's do it.
You know, I got a lot of things coming. I have a lot of actresses and actors getting on the pod.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about doing a pod with 3 directors and getting that perspective, that director pod.
Absolutely.
So fuck yeah, man. I'll put that together and
Please
I'll be in touch for sure.
Let me know.
All right, man. Well, that sums it up for this episode of Talk Smack with Mac. Actually, one more thing. I almost fucked up.
Yeah.
Every time I have somebody get on my pod for the first time, I sit back and I give you the microphone to let the Talk Smack with Mackers know what you have coming next, maybe social media handles, anything that you haven't discussed and want people to know. This is your chance now.
I appreciate you. You know, if you're looking to do any, you know, I have a cell phone film class that's coming out that we're going to be probably launching in maybe the end of February, which is dope. Real Fleet Talent Agency on IG, Golden Medina Services. Real Fleet is myself and Marlins, and then also Felicia. And yeah, that's about it, man. I mean, like I give a lot of shouts out to people that I love, and respect out there. My boy, Marlon Medina, he's dope. Felicia Cruz, she's awesome. She's one of my producers and stuff like that. We're doing a show called Chaotic Rentals. We did a pilot. We're trying to do it on Tubi, and we're doing another pilot with this vampire shit and this vampire thing. Bro, I got to get you out there, bro, because you definitely look I need. So trust me on this, bro.
Let's check that out.
I'm serious. It's going to be dope, dude.
Yeah,
So,
let's check that out for sure, man. And definitely let Gino and Marlon both know that there's a spot on Talk Smack with Mac. They just got to let me know the time.
I will. I'll hit up Gino, and Marlon's going to see this too as well. Wait, when is it going to be released, man? I mean, well, not when, but like...
this one will come out... so I got like 3 that's got to drop.
Well, as long as you send me a link, I'll send them a link too as well.
About like 2 or 3, maybe 4 weeks.
That's dope. Okay.
Maybe not 4 weeks.
Well,
maybe
fine.
like
No. I just want to, that's perfect.
All right, and as soon as it drops, I'll send you all the links and everything.
I'll shoot everybody out, let everyone see it, man. It was
Fuck yeah, man.
It's been great.
Yeah, hey, just let everybody know that if they want to network in Las Vegas, whether you're an actor, entertainer, it doesn't really matter. If you're putting in work and you want to network, hit up your boy Mac on Talk Smack with Mac.
Appreciate you.
Hey, man, this sums it up for this episode of Talk Smack with Mac. Lee Cummings, everybody, man. I really appreciate you again. We out.
We're out.